one. Ho, ho, ho! That's the only one I'm going to do, but...
Mrs. Claus's bra is showing. Hold on. Hold the phone.
That is a naughty Mrs. Claus.
I am very, very naughty today. Woo! Okay.
Don't be naughty, Mrs. Claus.
Wow. Where are you from, Santa? Norwegian? Are you Norwegian?
I am from parts unknown.
Parts unknown. Very good. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas to everyone as well.
Here we go. People are starting to come in the room. Angela's here. Hi, Angela. Marcus is here. We're doing a little Christmas episode tonight. So hopefully more people are going to join us. I just tweeted it out. So
yes, hopefully. Who is this Chad fellow that Angela says hello to?
Chattaclaus. Is that how you pronounce that?
Oh, that's who Chattaclaus. Yes, that's who
Chattaclaus.
Yes.
Kyle's here. Hello. Hello, everyone. Perfect. Erica's here. Ted's here. Perfect. Chris. Oh, God, Kyle. Don't you start with that nonsense, please.
What do you say?
The wedgie guy is here. Gavin's here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Angela, you should know his name. He is Chattaclaus. Is that it? Erica's here. Oh, Erica knows Chattaclaus. Hello, hello. People are starting to trickle in, and we're going to do a live eyes up here whenever Chattaclaus is ready for the...
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Santa wasn't aware that he had to...
fixing his beard.
Start now.
As we speak.
Santa?
Who is this Santa?
Chattaclaus's beard is very itchy. Good Lord.
Oh, is it? Hi, Daniel. Yes, we are getting ready for an intro. Are you going to do it in that Norwegian accent?
I don't know. See, I channel more of the South Park version of Santa.
Sounds like you're Norwegian.
When they shock Santa's balls.
Ah, okay.
Did you ever see that? They shock Santa's balls.
Of course, I think I did. I don't know.
He gets shot down by ISIS.
I probably have seen that.
Or the Taliban or somebody. All right, here we go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello! La la la. Welcome to a merry edition of Eyes Up Here. Live, of course, on YouTube. Where else would we be live? We're not live from the North Pole.
We should be.
I said
we are. What are you talking about?
Chattaclaus is from parts unknown, so I don't know. But I, of course, am Chattaclaus. Every single week I'm joined here by the one and only Queen of Extreme, Francine, looking very festive tonight.
Very festive. Can I just say we have a celeb in the room. RJ City is here, and he says, I haven't seen a beard that big since Rip Taylor had a girlfriend.
That's a great one, yes.
RJ, I love you. Thank you for stopping in. That's hilarious. Gaming with Rob is here. Young Macho Savage is here. Everybody's trickling in, Chattaclaus, to see you and to hear your lovely accent.
Very merry of them to do that.
Yeah, it was. Gaming with Rob, we're going to talk about that here in a second. Big weekend.
Yes.
I had...
Do we have to talk about that? How about before we talk about the big weekend that you had?
Yeah, okay.
Let us just throw this out of the way and get this on the board, because Chattaclaus comes bearing gifts this week.
Oh, the gifts. I forgot.
Okay, so Chattaclaus would like to present for all those wonderful $5 super chats end up, you get entered to win this magnificent piece of Santa memorabilia.
That is lovely. That is a autographed 8x10. By myself and Shane Douglas, and it's the triple threat. That's a great picture. I don't even have that picture in my collection. That's wonderful. A good one. Yeah. So yeah, anybody who donates $5 or more, you get to go into the famous Charles Chip Jar, which we like to call it, and your name gets entered, and we'll do a drawing at the end of this broadcast. And the more you give, the more your name is entered. And, if it goes higher, we'll add something to the prize.
Yes, we will.
So stop.
Santa might add some more to your stocking, perhaps, as well.
Stop that voice. It's creeping me out now. Stop.
Why would that creep you out? It's Santa's voice.
So bizarrely weird.
Norwegian. All right. Hold on. I don't know if I want to take everything off yet. I just can't talk to you seriously about something so magnificent and monumentous without, being like really talking to you. So we just came off the big weekend, the Battleground, the return to the arena.
Yeah.
We're dying to hear your thoughts, your perception, your memories now. Have they all came flooding back to you and beyond? Where are you at with your weekend at the ECW arena?
I'm going to get into it, but my friend Ed's in here. Ed, I don't know yet. Hopefully I will be. We'll see what happens. Hi, lovey-dovey. Betty Bango's here. Uncle Brian's going to give us $10 if Chattaclus stops the ridiculous voice. So please stop.
The beard is down, so I can't do the voice because the beard is down.
Uncle Brian, you owe us a $10 super chat because he's talking normal now. So
if I put it back up here, then we go back to the
No, put it down, or else we don't get the money from Uncle Brian. He said a $10 super chat, so we're waiting on you, Uncle Brian. Yes. So this weekend was the return to the ECW arena, and let me tell you, I was a bit nervous. Haven't been there in close to 14 years. So I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't sure exactly who was going to be in the building, what it looked like. I had these nerves building up, and we drove by the building and I saw the line outside. There was a nice line, when we went by. We got to park in the back, and that's where we always parked. I had so many memories just come to me from just parking in the back lot, like so much, like Tammy starting a fight with the mummers, where everybody fought in that parking lot. Like so many things happened in that parking lot. You know what I mean? So I was a little overwhelmed at that. And then they were like, there was a big sign and it said, no one can enter this door. You had to go around where the fans were. And I was like, oh, hell no. So there were the cops.
Really? Through the back door?
You weren't allowed to enter through the back door.
Interesting. That's all. Anytime I've ever been there, that's how they let everybody in.
No,
wow.
No one was. You had to walk to the front and go in the front. And I said, So I went up to. There were like 2 or 3 cops and a bunch of guards standing in the back. And I said, "Excuse me." And the guy goes, "Yes." And I said, "Are you really going to make me go where the fans are in the front with all this stuff?" And I got my heels on and blah blah blah. He let me through the back door.
That's all it took, huh?
He said, "Don't tell anybody, but for you, we'll let you through the back door." I mean, there was a big sign taped to the door, no entrance, blah, 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 but they opened it for me. I got to go in the back door. So I was pretty special. But walking in, I was like, I'm going to cry. I kept saying, I'm probably going to cry when I walk in. I didn't feel a thing when I walked in because the building is completely different. It didn't look like the arena at all. So different, like clean.
That's the big takeaway.
No hepatitis was there. It was just unrecognizable to me. That's the first thing we did was we walked through and we looked at different things. I wanted to run in the men's room so I could stand in front of the mural. So I had to wait because people were peeing. And like we kept saying, okay, the last guy, and then we sent somebody in to look and nobody was in. So me and Betty and George ran in and we did some pictures that I posted in front of the mural. But like I just thought I was going to be so overwhelmed to be in there and I didn't feel anything. And that made me sad. Because that's the one thing I was looking forward to was, being like, wow, ECW arena. It didn't feel like the arena at all. It just felt like another venue. Like a venue I was never in before. Really?
Now, is it because of the changes and it didn't? Yeah. Wow, that's pretty. I mean, did you ever expect to see that giant bar that's on the far side of the room?
Because as I'm standing there, I'm looking around and I'm like, everything was different. I'm like, okay, where was the Eagle's Nest? Where was our dressing room? Where were the bathrooms before? Like they knocked down so many walls and added so many different things. It was just completely different and beautiful. It looks great. I'm not knocking the way it is, but it's nothing like the ECW arena was. So like that, like Shane and I were talking about that. I didn't feel anything. Like there was no like nostalgia feeling like, oh my God, I'm in the arena. It was just like, wow, I'm in this building that looks beautiful, but it looks nothing like the arena. So that was a bummer. Yeah. I was kind of sad.
I don't know where to go with my follow-up because I thought we would be talking about all these warm and fuzzies that you would have had.
Really, there weren't any, I mean, the banners that were hung on the walls were hung in the old building, so I saw those and I was like, okay, that's nice. But as I walked around and looked at these different structures, I was just like, there's nothing here that reminds me of home, which sucked. The only thing that made me feel good were the people.
Okay.
And, I mean, I was so overwhelmed because I saw people that I haven't seen. I mean, Jason Knight, I don't think I've seen him in 20, 25 years. I haven't seen Todd Gordon in the longest time. I hadn't seen Lance Storm since like Shane's show and One Night Stand. So there were a lot of people that I hadn't seen and some people that I always see, but to have all of us there, like this was the one reunion show that I think had the most ECW representation. There were so many of us there.
Yeah.
That was nice.
No, I would agree. This was probably the biggest collection and since maybe one of those main reunion shows. I think Jason might be on the top of the list of the guys that we talk about on a weekly basis. Where are they? Where have they been? And that's pretty cool that you got to see them. What was that reaction like?
Somebody, because it was later in the night and we were like all sitting around, we were going over our match. And so we were in a group and somebody had walked in and said, I think Jazz sat next to me and she was just like, yeah, Jason Knight's here. And I said, where? And she was like, oh, he's floating around. I said, I didn't see him yet, and we were on 5th or 6th. So it was pretty, it was getting late. And then I went down to go into Gorilla and there he was. And I said, oh my God. And he just grabbed my hand and I gave him such a hug and a kiss. And then I had to work. And then we came back and he was standing there, but I had to go back upstairs. And then I didn't even get a chance to talk to him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, you get a hug and a kiss and then gone. Like Lori Fullington was there. I haven't seen her in forever.
Oh, wow.
And the kids were there, like Hack's kids were there. So Ty was there. Oliver was there with his son. It was just like everybody was there. And that's what made that family feeling. That's what made me feel like I was home. The building did not make me feel like I was home.
Very interesting. It's like somebody going back to their house, that they grew up in as a kid and it looking different.
Oh, yeah. And it's all remodeled and your bedroom is different. And that's what it felt like. It felt like somebody else took just a different blueprint and just changed history.
Wow.
So I don't know. You're looking for the bingo numbers. Where are they? They're not here.
Well, here's the picture.
Yes.
This is the one that you tweeted out that everybody picked up.
Yeah, so my table was right there. And Shane, like initially I had told Feinstein I need a full table because I had so much crap with me, So when I walked in, they had Shane and I at the same table and I only had a half of a table. So I was like, no, I need a full table. So they moved me over to a full table and they put Rhino between Shane and I. So Rhino was actually sitting next to me and then it was Shane. But in the middle of the convention, everybody came running over to my table and they're like, we're going to do a group picture. So that's why I was on the end. When I looked up, there were 50 photographers.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It was weird. It was like paparazzi. And I was just like, and everybody's like, who do we look at? So they're all like, look at George. He's the one. Look at George. Well, it was such a wide shot. He couldn't use his real camera. He had to use his phone because he said he couldn't get everybody in the picture. But yeah, and like Bubba was there. Who's missing? Bubba was on the other side.
Raven is not in this picture.
Raven was somewhere. Bubba was on the other side. He didn't get over in time. But there are a couple people missing that were there.
RVD.
Yes, RVD was there. He was on the other side. But for the most part, like everybody ran over. And I tell you, so many flashes were you had no idea who to look at. It was just like, you know, crazy. And it's funny too, because we were just like, look at the way that these people are reacting to us. Like any other vendors who brought in talent that wasn't like an ECW alum, like Shane was saying, do they know how special this moment is? Like, not to toot our own horns, but we're never, like, all these people are never together. Yeah. So it was such a special time and a special moment. And I love this picture so much. I just love it.
Look at it. Juventud Guerrera, super crazy. I mean, just the two of them in the picture alone is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a tremendous picture. And just, I mean, oh God, I was just so happy. Like, just seeing everybody made me so happy. And Tommy Rich remembered me this time.
Well, you were in the right place now, though. That's why.
You were in the arena. I said, if I see you outside of here and you walk by me, he goes, I won't, I love you. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. He walked by you because you're in the arena. You're in your Queen of Extreme gear. And he knew who you were. We have to throw this up really quick in case you saw that go by.
Uncle Brian, you owe us $8. That's all I'm going to say. You're $8.01 short, but thank you for the dollar.
Hey, and you get entered to win the big prize. $5 super chats and up. Let me throw that on the screen there. $5 super chat. Enter to win our huge prize. Yes. Which is the great picture, but I'll put it back up after we're done viewing this. Everybody says it, and I got to give the guy is the photo bomb master, the freaking moose over here on the left.
Jesus, yeah, let's not go there with that.
How many times since he photobombed?
There's a bit of controversy with Moose being in these pictures, and it's not good. So
you see, is he the son of like King Kong Bundy? Like, what? Who is this guy, and why is he in the picture?
Yeah, it's becoming a problem, and people are cropping him out, and we might have to talk to Moose about like, just wait until you have your own camera to take the picture, because.
That's great. Who's going to stop him? Look at the size of him.
I know. But
I tag team him with one of these guys. He's a monster.
Yeah, but even like next to me, Mark Allen, he was the doctor. He came up, and it was great.
I had no idea who that was.
he was a foot doctor, but he was like our house doctor, and he was at all the shows. And when I broke my pelvis, he's the one that got me to the hospital. He took me to the hospital and got me the Dilaudid and took care of me when I was, got me my crutches and all that stuff. So it was great to see him. And, the night before, I went out to dinner with Jerry Lynn and Shane, and we had a great
crew.
Yeah, we had a great time at dinner.
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening to your conversation.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
I would have been at the table next to you like this.
Yeah. No, it was a good time. And, we did the signing. There I am in the bathroom, hanging out in the men's room, because that's what I do. We went to the Oregon Diner, and I got to eat with Rhino and Bubba and Enzo and the lovely Betty Bango and myself. And, it was just... weekends like that are priceless to me, because I don't get to see these guys that often. So to have everybody there, it felt like 1996 all over again, and put the show into the mix. And what we did was so old school and so fun, and working with people that you love and trust and, consider family. It was so fun. It was just so fun, and I didn't want it to end. And as nervous as I was to go to the ring, it was so easy, and the crowd ate it up, and they loved it, and we loved doing it for them. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest you take a look at it or try to find a copy, because my heart was so full. It's so corny to say it, but my heart was so full this weekend. So I loved it.
I'll throw this up. This is on YouTube. This is what I was able to see, was a fan video in the
Okay.
crowd. I had asked one Joe Feeney to send me video, but
I met Joe. What a doll!
I heard.
What a doll! I met him and his dad, and he offered to bring me a cheesesteak, but I was dieting, so I declined. Oh yeah, great guy. It's great to meet him. Packed house. The setup's different. There's no bleachers there, but it was a sold out crowd. It was standing room only, which was nice. And you can't hear it, but they were loud. They were very loud.
Yeah. And this is your first time at ringside with Shane in what, like 2 years?
I think before the pandemic.
So almost 3. Yeah, because you guys had a couple shows pre-pandemic.
I had Hornswoggles,
yeah,
and something before that, and maybe one after that. But then I think once the pandemic hit, I haven't worked. So
this was my favorite part, when you get in and you go to the other side. Classic.
Yeah, and he goes, "You left me high and dry. I was standing there waiting for my kiss," and I was like, "I had to get my heat, brother. I'm so sorry."
That was it. I was like, "Yes, that's vintage right there." Walk to that side of the ring. But you were like, no, not good enough. I'm going to go to this side.
This side was super loud. Super loud. And here's a story for you, but we do have a super chat. Angela Dawn, $5 super chat. I'll take one for the team and start the raffle off. Merry Christmas. Thank you, doll. You're going in the Charles chip jar, by the way. And you're taking one for the team, and we appreciate you.
Take it, please.
Yes. Here's a funny story. So that dress was a little low in the back, and I didn't realize. And Shane passed out, by the way. He needed a defibrillator.
There we go.
I had brought a girdle to wear because I was feeling a little chunky. So I said, well, I'm just going to wear my girdle. And the girdle has a built-in thong on it, right? Oh. Well, when I put the girdle on, you could see the girdle in the back. I had no underwear.
Ah, interesting.
So I'm like, okay, I have no underwear. What am I going to do? And we were just about to go to Target. And I said to my girl, Betty, do you have clean underwear in your bag? And she goes, I do. I said, go get them because I'm wearing them tonight. So I wore her underwear. And nice. the way I was in the back, Raven says to me, why do you have on pink underwear? I go, excuse me? He goes, the way you were sitting, I could see down you have pink underwear on. I was like, because I had a girdle and I didn't have any underwear and I had to wear Betty's. And now, this is what happened. So, yeah, I almost had to go to Target during the break and buy underwear. But thank you, love, for letting me borrow your underwear.
Betty, if it's not the true sense of being a friend, of lending somebody your underwear in a pinch, I don't know what is. Way to be clutch.
She ran out and got me a hair tie and got me my underwear. And, because I had to bring the Francine Dew back for the evening.
Oh, absolutely.
I did. So I put it up and I curled it and there it was. So, but the match was it was just so fun. And, I'm limited to what I can do.
Right.
Jazz is beat up. The only one who could really go was Angel because she's still wrestling like on a full-time basis and stuff. Right. And the 4 guys that worked with us were dolls. So great. Really, really good guys, and Gary and Shane, it was just, it's just nostalgia. It's just people wanted to see us together again. And there we are.
I saved that immediately. When the second I saw it, I was a right clicker right into my database.
We look so happy in that picture, don't we?
Yeah, you're supposed to be heels. I mean,
it was such a good moment. It was such a, it was so great. I'm still smiling. It felt good. That felt like ECW. That part of the night felt like an ECW show. It brought me back 30 years, but the building didn't.
You know the building. I mean? Wow. I can't believe the building takes the big L for the weekend.
I mean, it's a beautiful building. Maybe I'll work there again someday. I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about the building itself. As far as like making me think, oh wow, it reminds me of ECW. No, it's nothing like the ECW arena. It's completely transformed.
Right.
So, but it was great. It was a great weekend. You don't get many of those. And they announced the show for next year. So maybe I'll be at the one in December next year.
That would be.
They're going to do it once a year. It was such a success. They want us back every year. I said, what are we going to be, 100? We're going to be at the 2300 arena when we're 100 years old?
As long as you're 100 wearing the thing that had the girdle or whatever, then
I didn't wear the girdle.
It'll have built-in depends instead of a girdle.
Yeah, that's what Shane said. We're going to have depends. So, yeah, it was just fun. And I did the one spot where, you know, because Gary kept wanting to feed himself to me for heat. So I was like, yeah, no problem. And I didn't tell Gary, but I told Shane, I said, I'm going to do the spot where I jump up and I sit on them. Like I spread my legs and I choke them by using my butt. And I said, but what if my dress goes up and they see my granny panties? That's what she goes. You should put Depends on and let them see the Depends. Oh my God, what is with us? But that got a huge pop. So,
that's great. I can't wait to see it. No, I'll be watching it shortly after we are done.
Yes, so fun. Just so
with
fun.
our recording. Just back to the convention side of it. So now you've done signings in the vicinity of Philadelphia, but not in Philly like that at the arena. What were some of the fan responses to you coming up to the table?
Everybody and their mother was like, welcome home. Welcome home. That's all they kept saying to me. Welcome home. So it's too long in the making. You should have been here years ago, you know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, right place, right time. I waited. This is the right moment to be here. And I really feel like it was like, I'm glad I waited. You know, because some people do. I don't know how many Icon conventions they have a year, like two or three or four.
I think it's 2 or 3, I want to say.
Well, they, you know, people do them consecutively. Every time you see the same people. And I always like to try and space myself out and not over welcome a stay. You know, like if you get booked for it, good for you. Like do it. If you're getting that flat fee, go ahead and do it. But I think because I waited, I did really well. And people were interested. And there, you know, the people in that area, there were a lot of people who needed, like they have the chairs or they have the books and they needed my signature. So they had to get me, you're the last one I needed because you don't come around here. And I was like, oh, I know, I'm sorry, you know. But they seemed happy to see me. And I was happy to see them. So it was all good. Huh?
Who wouldn't be happy to see you?
I don't know. It was just a wonderful day. From top to bottom, it was just, you know, besides me forgetting my panties, it was just a wonderful day.
It's a problem we all run into at some time in our life.
Sometimes it's one of those happens. Things. You're not preferred. I mean, listen, I'm not perfect and I forget stuff. And at least Betty was with me. If not, I would have went to Target. There's a Target right there. I would have had to run. Or I said, is Foreman Mills still next door? I could have bought a cheap pair for probably 59 cents.
Was that like the little discount place, or like wasn't it like a warehouse or something?
Foreman Mills has like the cheapest stuff out there ever. It used to be right next door. I don't even know if it is anymore. $5 super chat from Lon. Hey Lon. Hi, Fabulous Francine and Chattaclaws. Happy Monday, Francine. What was your favorite wrestling stipulation for a match? Thank you, Lon. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, put that down. You're not doing the voice. Favorite stip for a match? I'm trying to think. Like in ECW, we really didn't have rules. It was like,
you know what ECW did a lot of? I'm seeing this. They did a lot of the loser leaves town. And I do like that. I'm a big fan.
You like the loser leaves town?
I do.
Know what I kind of like, Lon? I'm going to say the shave your head.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, you have to like shave your head or cut your hair or one of those. Because I actually did that to Perry Saturn.
Yeah.
And I got to shave his head and cut his tail, and he wasn't happy about it.
He never had hair in wrestling ever again after you cut his hair.
Really? Is that what happened? Oh my God. Well, Lon?
No, I think he had a little bit for a while. He had the short hairdo, and then he went to the baldy.
Okay. Lon, you're going in the Charles Chip Jar. And Dan Lemley's here. Hey, Dan. $5 super chat from Dan. Thanks for that, Dan. You're going to go in the Charles Chip Jar as well. We appreciate you.
Let me just throw it up here on the screen. Oh, one more time, just so you see what it is that you are
Your
super chatting for here. There's your prize.
That picture.
Now, how about the memories of those who could not be there with us? Was that something that hit you in the arena, or was it again the not genuine part of the arena that kind of was like, they're not missing anything?
Well, it's not that they're not missing anything, but you always, especially with Bammer and Chris, like pictures like this, there's no signatures on them.
Right.
It's always just Shane and I on these pictures, which makes you sad. But then you think like of all the other guys that should have been there. Like Balls Mahoney's son came up to me and he's trying to, I don't know, do stuff in film. He's only 15 years old. And when I looked in his eyes, I could see Balls. Like I see his father, and that kind of broke my heart. But he's like, Francine, can I interview you? So I jumped right up and I stood right next to him. And I was like, what do you want to talk about? And he was talking about his dad and he was asking me questions and stuff like that. And that's when it hit me. And I was just like, man, Balls should be here. Axel should be here. Bammer should be here. Chris should be here. All these people should be here and they're not. And it sucks because you look at a picture like that and there's people missing.
Right.
And I know it happens in every organization, but there's so many of us missing. And it's sad, it's a sad feeling.
It's incredible. And anytime you see a picture like this, it channels everything about it. That aura that catches that moment that was this group in that era. And we just watched a little bit of a clip before we got going, and you could feel it coming through the screen. I have to point out, though, you look like what's her face from the Spice Girls in this picture.
Posh?
Beckham.
Yeah.
That's who you look like in the background.
I like her.
I thought I'd spin it a little bit, get a little lighter with the comment.
Yeah. It's just we were saying if every weekend could be this good, I'd love to work every weekend again. If it could be that profitable and with those people and those fans, I mean, as soon as we got, walked out and hit that ring, it was deafening. And then the ECW chants and, I expected the crack whore chant to be right off the bat, but that didn't come until the end.
Yeah, they waited. I heard that they went through their greatest hits for you.
Yeah. Yeah. But geez, from top to bottom, just a great effort put out by everybody involved. Again, it was Rob and Timmy did a great job, and I was just happy to be a part of it and grateful. So lots of fun. Lots of fun. Loved it.
What else could anybody have done this weekend that would have been on par with that? So there you go.
I don't know, but I wish they could take it on the road. I wish they could take it on the road and do towns like New York. Let's go to Florida. Let's go to Ohio. There are so many ECW towns out there that this would be profitable at. And, if there's that money mark out there who doesn't want their money, that wants to take 30 guys on the road, like hit me up and let me know. I did have somebody email us and ask that very question. Is this something that you would want to travel with? Because I am a promoter and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, it's a great idea.
The one big money mark who was a huge ECW fan opened up a promotion rather than take the show on the road. So
damn you, Tony Khan.
Why wasn't he at Icons, with the crew? It influenced him so much, I
don't know where he was. But yeah, it was great. It was great. It made me happy. I was happy. It's funny. We were all just smiling. Like every time I looked at people, we were all just sitting there. We were either busy, and when it was a little bit of a lull, we were just interacting with each other and reminiscing, and it was just fun, man. And that's how the weekend should be. They should just be fun, and this one was pure fun. Didn't have to worry about some stupid promoter trying to screw you over. Like it was just easy and fun, and God, the show was so freaking good and fun, and I loved it. I just loved it.
Awesome. Anything cool that stuck out merchandise wise? Maybe you haven't seen, in a long time, something original that somebody's held on to in their attic or their basement that kind of took you by surprise.
People had a lot of like chairs. They had a lot of old ECW t-shirts to sign. Some people brought flyers from the original ECW, you know, the ones that were stapled. Like I think Dave Sapolsky sold them at shows or something. There was a lot of older memorabilia that people were brought with them to sign, and then like pictures that they took of us in the ring. I was like, oh, I remember this, you know, or just older stuff. So, you know, it was just whatever you brought, I would sign. I love how they go, do you mind signing this? No. Are you paying? Of course I'm going to sign it. Just hand it over. Lots of kendo sticks wanted to be signed. You know, WWE encyclopedias.
Oh yeah, that's a biggie.
Yeah,
that is an absolute biggie.
Now,
how about did the Queen of Extreme hang around to check out the rest of Battleground?
So
Thank response.
Funny story. we were asked to go to the opening of a club that one of the guys, I don't want to say names because I don't know if I'm supposed to say like who did what after the show or whatever, but one of the guys had a friend who opened a club in Center City, and we were asked to go to that. And so right after our match, I went and I said thank you to everyone. We sat around for maybe a half hour after that, and then I went and got changed, and it was, by this time it was like 9:30. We jumped in the car and we were going to head out to this club just for one cocktail, and then I was going to go home. But when we pulled up, the line for the club, because I guess it was the first weekend or whatever, there were 50 people deep and it was freezing out.
Oh geez.
Here, Mr. X said ask for the owner, but I felt stupid cutting in front of the line saying, oh, I know, this Joe Schmo told me to say let me in. And then there was no parking, and we were supposed to park at the Marriott, and it was just a cluster. And I was just like, oh, let's just, you know, next time we have to plan it better. So we left early thinking we were going to go to this club, but in reality, we just went home like good girls. And
that's ECW 30 years later.
ECW, that's what you do.
Just going home.
And you go home. Yeah. So I didn't really, I mean, there were TVs everywhere you could watch. That was impressive. Like there were screens everywhere. So that's like cool. In our dressing room, there was a screen, and the other one, there was a screen. So every once in a while I'd look up and I'd see what was going on, but I sat with, you know, there were like 9 or 10 people involved in our match. So we just sat together for a good, I don't know, an hour, and we were going over everything and just hanging out and reminiscing and remember this, remember that. And Gary's like, remember when we were, we did that show and that old lady punched me in the face. It was Shane's babysitter. Like, yeah, I remember. So, yeah.
So who put together the match?
Shane
everybody?
And Gary.
Shane and Gary? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to talk to Shane since the show, so I haven't.
Oh, I've talked to him 17 times since the show.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance. Something tells me I'll probably hear from him tomorrow with all the news going on. But
okay.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because, you know, with all those moving parts, you definitely need the vets to get the pieces where they need to go. So you guys,
yeah, and like I said, the other 4 guys were great. You know, like they sat there and they listened, and then if Shane or Gary was like, you know, maybe we'll do this, what do you think? That's when they would talk. They never, you know, jumped in, well, we have to do this or we have to get our shit in and blah, 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 blah. No, they were very respectful, very kind, good guys.
Nice.
So they were a pleasure to work with. Yeah, it was fun. And the one guy was like, his name was Wrecking Ball. So when he came out, they were chanting Miley Cyrus at him.
Very creative.
Like, yeah, well, at first I was like, Miley Cyrus, and then I was like, oh my God, the Wrecking Ball thing, come on. But that was the big chant was Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking Ball.
Came
like a wrecking
ball.
Yeah, so let's see, the guys that were with you, I mean, were they indoctrinated? Could they hold up the 3 fingers? Because I saw a t-shirt Shane was wearing, so, you know, I had to see
that. I don't know if we did that.
Okay, because I was seeing if they passed the test.
At the end of the match, they kind of powdered, and it was just Gary and Shane. So we didn't get a chance. Spoiler alert, we lost. So we didn't get a chance to hold up the fingers. And the funny thing was there was a big schmoz at the end, right? So as we're leaving, the FBI is coming down and we're walking this way, and Tommy, Rich, and I locked eyes, and I went. And I started, and Tommy did, and we started dancing with each other for like 30 seconds, and then I went to the back. So, just little things that are silly that were fun.
It's wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. It's all that build up, and whatever you do next weekend will pale in comparison for sure.
I'm off.
Christmas, shit! It's Christmas.
Yeah, I'm off. It's Christmas time, so yeah.
Well, what are you doing for Christmas? What's your plans?
We're here. We're here. We can't take Mom to the party because it's it's a ways away. We're invited. Obviously, we're invited every year, but we can't. So it's just gonna be a quiet one here. And then I just told my family, like, after the holidays, if they all want to come for a dinner and do presents, like we can have an extended Christmas after the New Year comes. And so we might, get together then, but Christmas Day, it's just the 5 of us. So it'll be a quiet one. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Sweet.
Yeah. How about yourself? You going to your parents, or?
We will, we'll start off, I'm sure, super duper early with presents. And we'll head 20 minutes to my parents and do it up there. Might be going to Jersey at some point after, maybe not Christmas week, but maybe the following week, because I got to get up and see my grandma, but don't really want to go on the road during Christmas week.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I still haven't wrapped. So
same.
I have to start that this week. And
I'll say the cliche about Amazon, though, your Amazon driver is going to have like a, hump or something on their back after Christmas. I've only bought stuff on Amazon this year.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
All I did. I can't do the stores. We went to a Target a couple weeks ago. I thought I was going to have to get carried out.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
You know how I can be. I can be a little bit much.
A little bit.
And I had to get told I needed to calm down.
Oh, wow. You were being a Karen in Target?
I was very close to being a Karen on more than one occasion that day.
Wow.
And I just said, F it, I'm going online. I'm just buying everything from Amazon.
It's easier. It's easier that way. So I do have to grab my Amazon driver and give him some cash and say thank you.
You gonna take care of the Amazon driver?
They're here every single day.
They're taking the place of the mailman.
No, the mailman gets money too. The mailman got a 20.
See, that's nice. See, I don't do that. I probably should this year.
You totally should.
Here's why I don't. I don't really like our mail delivery person who comes to the house, but I work so closely with the people in my post office, and I usually give them a little gift, but nothing like super crazy.
More like Tajiri.
Yeah, I don't give the delivery driver a gift.
Right? Yeah, joke.
Exactly. Ha. Yeah. I thought after I said it, I was waiting for some sort of punchline, but I don't give the driver something, but I give the people that I work with at the counter something, because I literally work with them and my business wouldn't be where it is if it wasn't for them.
Yeah, but your postal worker delivers your mail every single day.
Yeah, I hate her though. She's kind of a jerk. I mean, and like she'll like, if she brings something to the door, she like announces like what it is, and she'll be like, "Uh-oh, don't want this one." Like, lady, shut up.
Trying to be your friend. You're such.
I don't want her to be my friend. Just drop off the postage.
Angela, you're right. He is not very cheery at the local Target locations. Nor is he cheery in his house. Look at him. Bah humbug Scrooge. We give presents. We give cash to our mailman, to our Amazon driver. Anyone who helps me, I have to return the favor. When my kids were in school, I gave a gift to every friggin' teacher, every counselor, every this, every that. There was like 22 gifts that I had to take to school.
That one we did.
I had to drive to 2 schools to drop off gifts. I'm the teacher. Where's my gift?
That's very Santa Claus-ish of you.
Where's my gift? Where's my stuff?
Yeah, that's right. You're the teacher now. Where's your gift?
Where's my stuff? I'm waiting. I'm telling you, if my stocking's empty again, I'm really going to be pissed off.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
What was on your Christmas list this year?
my husband was gonna buy me what did he say? He wanted to get me more yoga pants.
Oh, that's probably for personal reasons.
He's like, send me the link for those yoga pants. They make your ass look good. I'll get you more. And I was just like, oh, okay.
The sign of a happy marriage.
And then yeah, right. And then I said, tonight, I said, screw that. I want a waffle maker. And he's like, a waffle maker? I said, yeah, I'd rather have a waffle maker. I said, because I don't like the one we have. So now, hopefully, I'll get a nice waffle maker, which really doesn't do much for me. It's more for the family, but we need one, and I don't want to buy it.
Yep.
I want him to buy it this year.
Perhaps one with some Mickey ears that you can get very creative.
Well, I mean, we don't have to. I just the one I had a really good expensive one that we got from my aunt for when we got married, and it lasted for years and years, and then it broke. And now this one I cheaped out and I bought this one. And I friggin' hate every time I use it. I'm like, I friggin' hate you. I talk to it. I tell it I hate it.
You talk to the waffle iron.
I talk to the waffle maker every time. I'm like, I friggin' hate you. And tonight was the last straw. I said, that's it. I hate you so much. I don't even want to clean you. I want to throw you out and I want to get a new one. And he walked in. I was like, see, I hate her. I want a new one. Forget the friggin' yoga. He's
sizing you up for the yoga pants. He's like,
no, he grabbed the phone and he was like, do you want this one? I'm like, no, that's the one I have. That's cheap. I don't want it. I want a good one. So now I need a good waffle maker. So that's
I can respect that. I go looking for sizes. I always check, shoes. I always check, jackets, see where we're at. Yeah, I'm always pretty good. I tend to see what she needs but won't buy for herself, and that's what I go for.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, there are 100 things I'd rather have for myself than a waffle maker, but I despise this waffle iron so bad that it's out. I just want to throw it in the trash. So he's going to get a new one and I'm going to be happy. And that's all I want.
And then you can fill his belly with waffles.
Well, he doesn't eat them. The kids, I do protein waffles.
I was going to say protein waffles.
I do the protein waffles for the kids because it's better for them. And we do that once in a while. But, for myself, I buy my own stuff. If I want something, it's Amazon. That's why they're here every day. I buy everything for myself because I work. I don't ask my husband. I work so hard.
You work hard for your money.
I do. Yes, I do.
Here's the picture again. If anybody does, I just took a picture of it because instead of doing this the whole time, I said, you know what? I'm just going to take a picture of it and put it on the screen.
Of the picture.
I took a picture of the picture because sometimes I could be blocking the mic. I'm blocking my face. I go, you know what? Let me throw it up on the screen.
True.
But it is 8.5 by 11 for those that like to plan in advance for your framing. With beautiful black signature. She puts a little heart over the eye. How adorable is that?
I always have. And do you know, I've been doing that since I've been a kid. And one time in school, because I went to Catholic school, my social studies teacher minus a point on my quiz because I put a heart over my eye. I'll never forget. I got a 99 because I put a heart over the eye. I was like, you bitch.
That's terrible. That is heavy grading right there.
Yes, would have been perfect.
Oh my God. I'm like, I think this thing is giving me like some sort of.
Take it off. You're getting.
I can't. The headphones are attached to it and everything. I gotta wait till we're done.
You're gonna be so broken out when you get off. You're gonna have hives.
I look like Dan Aykroyd from Trading Places, where he was at the end and all disheveled and scruffy.
Lovely.
And yuck.
Yeah. So anyway, it was good. Weekend was good. Things were good. And now we're looking to the future, which is New Year's Eve.
Yes.
The big one.
The big one.
For all the big one. If you don't know.
For all the marbles.
We are having a virtual with Signed by Superstars. And we're trying to think of a good gimmick to do. Something that we didn't do last year. And
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of karaoke. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of singing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drinking.
Oh, drinking. We found a new drink. I don't think my love's in the room anymore, but we did find a new drink. We had it at Ruby Tuesdays when we went to dinner Friday. Jerry Lynn, myself, and Betty. It was the holiday cocktail. And it was, am I saying this right? Cabernet Sauvignon?
Sauvignon, yeah.
It's the red wine with Fireball.
Oh.
And a juice. And I don't know what kind of juice it was. My God, was it the most delicious drink I have ever had in my
Oh, that's awesome.
It was so friggin' good. I said to Betty, we have to drink this New Year's Eve. Like this stuff.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Oh, it was yeah, because you're a wine guy.
Well, it was Cabernet Sauvignon and Fireball. That's it?
Yeah, no, and I think there was a juice in there.
And what was it called? Holiday what?
It was their Christmas holiday drink. See,
Ruby
Betty's in the chat. The drink was amazing. Betty, but we don't know the exact concoction. We don't know what was in it.
Is it a holiday sangria?
Yes, but it doesn't have bourbon or brandy in it. See, we Googled it too today, and brandy came up, and there was no brandy in it, right, Betty? It was Fireball.
This says add Ruby Tuesday's red sangria, add wine, liqueur, brandy, and lemon.
Angela, verbena. Yeah, hold on, Angela, you're correct. Angela said, "I love your virtual signing last year. If you're bringing back the wheel, make sure to pack extra ring-worn items." I totally have a ton of ring-worn, but I want to do something different for the wheel. We are bringing back the wheel, so I'm trying to think of something fun to do. Like Rob wants to do like strip poker, where I strip down to maybe a bathing suit or something. But like, how do you do that on the wheel? We're trying to think of something that's going to help.
Well, the thing that you could do is like, I don't know, is it like did you ever see the movie Major League? They do like a thing with, yeah. I mean, I can't really describe it, but I kind of see you can probably create something where the wheel then leads to a removal of article.
We have to think of something fun. But yeah, we are going to drink and we want to do that drink, but there's like 42 different recipes for the holiday sangria. And most of them contain brandy, and this one's Fireball.
How about you spin the wheel to figure out which one you're going to use to be your recipe? Take all the choices, put them on the wheel.
Yeah, but what do I got to buy 72 liquors and juices and stuff? I can't do that. We have to have pictures made. So we need fruit too, Betty, because they had oranges. They had, what fruits were in there? I don't know. It was delicious. It was the most delicious thing I've ever had in my life. It was so
great.
Freaking good. So good.
Ooh, I'm very intrigued. Thank you for putting that on my radar. Because
Tuesdays, it was $10 for a glass.
I don't know if we have one around here. I think it closed.
Yeah, ours closed too, but we were up in near the airport, and it was there was one about a mile from the Marriott. So we met Shane and Moose and Jerry. And then Jerry's like, "Are you going to have a drink?" And I was like, "No, I'm not drinking tonight." And he's like, "Look at this." And I was like, "Oh, this has Fireball." Hello. I'm like, I have one. And
somebody call Ruby Tuesday for us and get the official layout of the drink.
We need to figure it out because it was, and I think it had a sugar rim. I tasted a little bit of sugar. I think it had sugar rim. I know it had fruit in it because there were fruit pieces like a sangria, but it was delicious. It was so
interesting.
Good. So good. Loved
it. Well, we will have to try that out. Always looking for something around the holidays. Had some sort of I'd like some sort of tequila thing around Thanksgiving. I forget what it was called. And then had some champagne thing too recently at my Christmas party that was pretty off the charts. So
was it a mimosa?
No, it wasn't a mimosa. It was like champagne and some sort of like flavored ginger ale or something. It was interesting. But my Christmas party was not as much of a banger as I thought it was going to be.
Sorry. Yeah, you should have came to the show.
I would have, man, if we didn't have this breakfast with Santa that was like multiple $100s to attend, I would have been there.
I totally understand.
That's all I heard. Why aren't you there? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Stop asking.
Maybe next year. Maybe if they can.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was good.
Since we were too busy to record any footage.
Listen, and the whole time I kept telling Betty, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. And no. You're so, we were so busy though. I mean.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding with you.
And when you were if you had a lull, somebody would grab you for an interview. Then they would grab you for photos. Then you had to go see somebody else at somebody's table. Like there was always something going on. That's how it was.
Look, I fully understand. I'm just very sad. But it's okay.
I know. Me too.
It's all right.
What can you do? I tried. And then Betty tried to film it, and then the batteries died.
No, well, there you go.
So I do have some footage that I can send you of bits and pieces of stuff if you want to try and edit it.
Sure. But... Yeah, absolutely. We call that an extra around here.
We can do that. We can try and do that. But but yeah, that's the next big thing is the Signed by Superstars thing. I have tons of merch, tons of ring warns. I have my outfit that I debuted in ECW.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we found that. So hopefully.
Where did you find that after all these years?
Believe it or not, the Blue Meanie called me and sent me a picture via text message and was like, I believe these are yours.
Oh, wow.
And I go, and they were my Stevie Richards shorts. And I said, how did you get those? And he goes, Joel Gertner had them. And I go, how did Joel Gertner have them?
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know how Joel Gertner had my shorts. But he thought
we don't ask those kinds of questions.
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but he thought they were Brian's, and then he called me and he was like, "I don't think these fit me," and I was like, "Those are mine." So I have them, and I got them airbrushed on the boardwalk with Stevie Richards' name on them, and I wore them the first night I was at the arena. So, plus I have clothes, I have bikinis, I have everything. That wheel is going to be on fire. Because we have so many things to auction off, and there's new pictures and
we do. And please, time is ticking, folks. We got to get these super chats in here. Get yourself entered to win the illustrious photo that's pictured right to your right. Let's get it in here. Come on, time's running out.
It's a nice collector's item right there.
I mean, I didn't put this thing on for nothing, folks.
That's true.
Itching like a bastard over here.
Oh, I would just want to
feel like Dr. Tom when Dr. Tom had the hair and he used to do this with the scratching all the time.
Dr. Tom, I just saw him not long ago. Let's see. Oh, Mike. Yeah, Mike came. I'm going back in the chat to see if I missed it. Glad to hear they will be doing this again next year. I didn't know this would be so epic and had a strict budget to stick to. Got 3 signatures and a mag and had to go. Well, we appreciate you coming down, Mike. There were people that said they drove from like all over the place. One guy, where did he come from? Did he drive from Michigan? People were coming in from all over for this. And I didn't hear it, but I think it was Stephen DeAngelis who told me, yeah, they just announced the date for next year. And we're doing it all over again. I was like, really? Wow. Yeah. That's how much of a hit it was.
That's like WrestleMania level promotion. They announce it a year in advance.
Right? So everybody
get your plans.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they could do with that is they can absolutely use the building block of you have to come and travel from far places to Philadelphia if you want to experience it. The only thing I see with it is just the time of the year. I mean, if they did it in the summer, maybe you get more people who would want to travel, but close to the holidays it's tough.
Not only that, weather is a big factor too. I mean,
this week we have a huge storm.
Yeah, we were worried. In the middle of the week last week, somebody said, "Oh, they're calling for snow," and I was like, "Oh no." Because, nobody wants to travel in snow, but thank God Saturday was perfect. Friday was rainy, but Saturday was great. So we didn't get any bad weather, which was good. But
that was very good.
Yeah. But another one in the books. So great weekend, great friends, lots of fun. And, after this virtual, I don't think I have anything until February.
Oh, interesting.
Right now, unless, things do pop up. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, it's like I don't have anything till Feb. So, but in the meantime, you want to go over what's on Patreon?
Absolutely. Yes, I would love to. We are going to TBD our watch along because we've got some options. So we're internally discussing that as we speak. It's like a negotiation. We both came to the table and we both are pushing our individual choice towards the Patreon folks.
Yeah.
So we'll get that together. But we've got some good choices. We just don't know yet.
Okay. And what else?
Then we're looking at hang on, I have to edit one thing. There we go. We're looking at greatest things about ECW's final year. So this was a part of a What Culture countdown that we took the actual, instead of watching the full video, we just took the actual discussion pieces and went through a majority of them, and a lot of interesting information that Francine gave about ECW's final year from February 2000 to February 2001.
Right. Okay. And can I interrupt you one
Yes,
minute? The Blue Meanie is in the house. Happy holidays.
Oh,
happy holidays to you, my love. It was great seeing you and Tracy this past weekend. Always a pleasure to see the Blue Meanie. And he was Meanie Claus this weekend.
I saw. He looked great.
He did look great. So great seeing you, my buddy. And hope to see you again soon, probably in the new year. I hope to get booked with you because you've been my travel buddy lately. And it's quite fun driving with Mr. Heffron. So let's do it again.
Meanie Claus can meet Santa Claus.
No, put the thing down. You're terrible.
Or Santa Claus. We can maybe do something. We can collab, as they say.
Collab, yes. What is our third?
And then our third one is, just because it's the holidays, we have to do something corny, but it ended up being pretty damn funny. Naughty Elf on the Shelf memes.
Did you see the one I sent you on your phone?
I did, yes. I popped it open while you were talking during the intro, and I laughed because it was that's creative.
It's very creative. I love you too, doll. Hope to see you guys again really soon. Really soon. But yeah, pulling Benoit balls out of out of her butt.
Whatever they do in their private time, it's none of my business.
Their business.
They leave the house, they come back the next day. What they do when they leave the house, that's none of my concern.
True. Okay, well, we're going to give it one more minute here on the clock, and then we're going to pick a winner for our prize.
Got some Scrooges out there during the holidays.
It's the holidays. It's better to give than to receive, but you will receive a beautiful.
You'll receive present pictured photo in my possession as we speak. So you will get not only is it signed by Shane Douglas and Francine, it's held by Chatta Claus.
Oh wow, that's a bonus. The sweat of Chatta Claus is on the
man, it's tough in this
lovely
suit.
Absolutely lovely. All right, well, it looks like voting is closed, or super chatting is closed, so I'll just go ahead and pick a winner.
If it's Dan Lemley, this thing is rigged.
Look, I don't know who it is. No, it's not. It's Angela Dawn.
Oh, there we go.
Angela, congratulations, doll.
Angela,
are the winner.
You are the winner, and this is what you're Angela. You're the winner. Here's what you got to do, Angela. You got to go to this,
baby.
You better be. You got to go to this email address with your shipping name and your address. Please be in the continental United States.
And please be in the chat. Are you still with us, Angela?
Angela, where are you? Did you go talk to Tony?
The first time that you did that, I popped. So funny.
All it takes is one. That's all I need is just the one.
That's all it is. Angela, oh God, is she not in here? Where are you, doll? Please. I hate when they're not in.
Angela was just in here at 7:43, so.
All right.
Come on, Angela. Well,
there she is. Yay!
All right,
congratulations,
good.
Angela. Please email us at IBExclusives8 and with your address, and we'll get that out to you. Okay, doll? We appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who super chatted tonight. If you haven't subscribed and you're in the chat right now, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. We could really use you subscribing and ringing the bell so you get the notifications. And if you see me, promoting this on Twitter, please retweet it for me and help us grow this channel, because we have more content on the way.
Yes.
Well, good stuff. And we want you to be a part
New
of it.
year means new thoughts, means new directions, means new everything. And I love nothing more than putting these videos together. It really is a joy. So
joy to the world. Yes.
Especially when I get creative with those cover arts. Come on. I'm
Very
getting
good.
more
Very
creative.
good thumbnails. Yeah, the thumbnails are very, very, very good. So all right, Chad. Well, where can people find you if they want to?
Well, if you're not Angela, I'm going to move this away now. You can find me on Twitter at ChadEMB, on Instagram at IB Exclusives. You can go to ibexclusives.com, find out more about some of my autograph signing opportunities that I've got in 2023 that'll be announced in the coming weeks. And please go to youtube.com/ECW Diva Francine. And like Francine said, like, subscribe, share these videos, and keep us wanting to make them. They're fun, but let's keep it going.
Absolutely. And across the board on social media, you can find me at ECW Diva Francine. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe here on YouTube. And with that, before I say, have a very healthy, happy holiday season, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And God bless for the new year. Hope everybody has a very happy, healthy 2023. And with that, that is a wrap. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.